My name is John Perry, retired LA County Deputy Sheriff and the owner of Sunset Protective Services, an all-encompassing security company devoted to providing the highest level of bodyguard security services, private investigations, background checks, and the transportation of individuals or valuables.
Teachers, please lock down your classroom.
The incidents you just witnessed could be anywhere in the nation. Random or planned acts of violence implemented with various levels of sophistication. Whether the perpetrators of these atrocities are motivated by Islamic extremism, a disaffected, disgruntled current or former employee, or a lower functioning individual with a grievance against the world, hoping to achieve infamy, the potential for encountering an armed attacker has become the norm. Schools, places of worship, businesses, anywhere people congregate in large number are potential targets. Armed security is your best deterrent to protect your location against such an attack. Incidents of which I am familiar involve locations which were known as soft targets to the assassins, gun-free zones in many cases. Short of providing armed security or supplementing on-site security agents, there are steps I recommend be taken, increasing your chances to survive an armed attack. Collective and personal preparation is vital to survival. Just as earthquake preparedness and fire drills are stressed, coordinated, and practiced, active shooter and employee termination procedures should also be discussed with all concerned personnel. Sunset Protective Services has 10 years of experience assisting companies in the development and coordination of training procedures and manuals. On a personal level, administrators, teachers, employees, everyone should be mentally rehearsing potential active shooter scenarios. During my tenure with LA County, I trained many sworn personnel. This included imparting knowledge in the areas of career and street survival. Practicing realistic scenarios are essential to familiarizing personnel with available equipment and building the confidence necessary to successfully perform a stressful task. Ultimately, secure in the knowledge of your ability to react under extreme exigent circumstances. Know your place of employment like your own residence, where the exits are located, windows, and ladders to storage areas. Develop a survival mindset. Remain calm, poised, determined to take any and all measures to survive. Your goal is to delay and disrupt the perpetrators until assistance arrives. Just as you have prepared to survive, the assassins have prepared and are determined to inflict massive maximum casualties. There is no negotiation with these individuals. Compliance, hesitation, and capitulation equate to death for not only yourself but additional victims as well. Tragedy has a way of uniting us. Don't wait for it to occur. Sunset Protective Services can assist you in cultivating a survival mindset, training and coordinating resistance and survival techniques as one solid unit, pulling together and taking care of each other. Law enforcement has reevaluated their response strategies to active shooter incidents. They realize the days of establishing a perimeter containing the suspects and waiting for specialized units to arrive will only contribute to a greater body count. Agencies will now enter the location, engaging the suspects, officers acting independently and proactively. Sunset Protective Services can familiarize you with law enforcement procedures, diminishing the possibility of sustaining injuries by friendly fire. Federal grants are available for upgrading security systems. This could include the design and construction of safe rooms and the installation of bollards and bulletproof glass windows. Sunset Protective Services can assist you with determining your security needs and preferences. Now I would like to introduce Steve Karnazes, a paramedic and colleague, who will discuss emergency medical treatments on scene, which may ultimately save a life until help arrives.
Thanks, John. Wanted to take just a minute and talk to you about some of the new technology that's come out in emergency medicine, especially since the Gulf and Afghan wars concerning live shooting scenarios. It used to be that we would respond to a situation with this complete, big, bulky BLS, what we call BLS, basic life support bag. The new technology and the new science behind live shooters, we know when people get shot, they die for two basic reasons. One, a loss of blood, in which you can bleed out very quickly if an artery has been hit internally or external bleeding. And two is an airway compromise. What we have now is thigh packs which contain everything you need to contain those two situations. These thigh packs are worn by police officers and first responders and EMS that are responding to a live shooter situation, and we recommend that you have one as well and take the proper training for it. So things that come in your thigh pack specific for live shooting situations are what we call a commercial grade chest seal. This is able to seal a gunshot in the thorax area. These commercial grade chest seals come pre-packaged for you. Once you take them out of the package, you simply pull off the peel and are going to apply this on the patient's chest. You can see that this particular apparatus has a one-way valve. It lets air out and not back in so that we can get the chest back to the correct pressure. All of these things that I'm showing you require you to take a class to certify you to do them, and we encourage you to do so. This package contains chemical coagulant which allows you to wrap or pack the wound, which will help stop the bleeding even faster than a direct pressure bandage. This is the SWAT-T tourniquet. Essentially, this tourniquet is just made out of what we would consider to be inner tube for a bike tire. This tourniquet is able to be placed on within seconds and can stop bleeding right away. We know that all of these new items that I've just shown you, both from the Afghan war and the Iraq war, in changes that were made to protocol, actually save lives. And we encourage you to come and take a class so that you can learn how to use all of this. We know that seconds matter in an emergency situation, specifically in a live shooter. We also know that the national standards now is that EMS personnel are not introduced on scene for 6 to 8 minutes after the 911 call is made. All of these interventions need to be made to save a life within the first minute or two. If you have a serious injury with a good arterial bleed, you can bleed out in less than 2 minutes before EMS, fire, or police personnel are on scene. This is why we encourage you to have this kit with you and to get the proper training, take a class for it.
Hello, I'm Linda Breakstone, and I was an investigative reporter in Los Angeles for 35 years. As such, I covered everything from O.J. Simpson to the 2-day Rodney King riots. And whenever I needed fast, correct, solid information, I went to John Perry. He's now the owner of Sunset Protective Services. John's company is known for its professionalism, attention to detail, and discretion. I highly recommend John Perry at Sunset Protective Services.
Sunset Protective Services is available to provide on-scene security assessments tailored for your specific needs. Additionally, we provide training seminars for law enforcement agencies and civilian organizations regarding active shooter scenarios and workplace termination. Whether you're a private individual, corporate entity, or religious organization, Sunset Protective Services is available to help you with all your security needs. Give us a call. We're accessible and consumer friendly. You won't be disappointed. Thank you.